Yo, welcome back to the checkup where we talk hoops and hoops only. And we're here to discuss the Lakers' struggles in the preseason and why it might take a little while for the team, more specifically the Big Three, to get going. Now, obviously, I don't think anyone thought it would go great when you looked at it at first glance. You know, Russell Westbrook, ball-dominant player, LeBron James, obviously a ball-dominant guy, and Anthony Davis, a guy that, in New Orleans was a 28, 29 point per game player. In LA, a 25 point per game type of guy. So there's a lot of ball dominance in that Big Three. And that was the issue people thought would happen with this Big Three when we saw it at first glance on paper. But I think we all know that if there's anyone that can make Russell Westbrook fall back, it would probably be LeBron James, which is why there's optimism for this Big Three. But there's a few issues with them so far, and you see it in the preseason as well. Russell Westbrook is so used to being the captain of the team that he's obviously struggling to run the point with LeBron on the floor, which is why when Rondo was on the floor with LeBron, it worked so much better in the preseason. But obviously Rondo's not going to be starting. Come on now, we all know this. Which is why he had so many turnovers in the games he played. Russell Westbrook just wasn't really being himself. I think he's trying to adjust, which I give him credit for, but I also think he needs to be that guy he was at the same time as well, and don't try to please everyone. You can't please everyone. You got to go out there and do what's best for the team, and if Russell Westbrook has to push the pace and do what he got to do, and the team got to go along with it, it's going to have to go that way. But to be honest, like I just said, LA is going to have to play at a faster pace with Russell Westbrook to make him be his best self. And I think it might take, a few months for the Lakers to really get going. And they're going to have to really decide who is going to run the show. Is it going to be LeBron James and Russell Westbrook's going to be playing off-the-ball slasher? Or is it going to be Russell Westbrook running the show with LeBron being more of a small forward, like his natural, a small forward, just hanging around, but can also be the point forward when you need him to? I don't really know how it's going to work. We're going to have to see. But I think, first half of the season, the Lakers are really going to struggle for their standards, at least. They're going to be an above 500 team, but not a dominant type of team. I think the only time they have a chance to get dominant is probably after the All-Star break. I think that's when the chemistry will start clicking. But it might take till like January, February. So if I'm a Lakers fan, just be patient because you got a good team. You just need the chemistry to start flowing right and for the injury bug to not hit them. And it's already kind of hitting them, which is bad. And that's with Taylor Horton-Tucker being out and Trevor Ariza both being out for a long period of time. I think that at the end of the season, though, the Lakers should be just fine. The bench is going to play a big role as well. And I obviously think Russell Westbrook will either fall back or adjust. It'll work out fine. LeBron James usually knows how to make these type of situations work. But, yeah, that's pretty much what I think. I just think Russell Westbrook's going to have to ease into it, and stop trying to please everyone. I think that's the big thing we take away from here. Because in these preseason games, he was kind of doing that a lot, forcing a lot of passes or not really looking for the shot that he would usually look for on other teams like he would in previous years. I just think when they kick it into next gear, it's probably going to be the second half of the season. And if not, then the Russell Westbrook idea might need to go because the clock's ticking for LeBron and these Lakers to win. It's an old team, and Anthony Davis is the core piece of the franchise for when LeBron does decide to hang it up and not play for them anymore. So time is ticking for the Lakers, and Russell Westbrook in this Big Three, they have this year to try to do it. But if things don't go right, they're going to have to look and reevaluate the talent on this team and decide whether or not this Big Three is the real deal. Anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, link in the description. This has been the checkup where we talk hoops and hoops only. And the NBA season starting. Can't wait. See y'all in the next one. Peace.